Hi guys, we're in the Mercado San Anton in Chueca neighborhood. Today we're going to look for some goodies and see what we can find here. Let's look at some fish. I love fish. I can't cook fish, but they're beautiful. Now we've got some good eats. I love shellfish. I love seafood. I love fish. I can't cook fish, but I love to eat fish. Okay, we have several types of shellfish here, and there are a lot of different types of clams. Let's briefly look at the clams. We have the chirla, which is a small clam, typical in the Mediterranean. We have the Japanese clam. We have the coquina, which is another clam from the Mediterranean. The razor clam, and I'm going to call this the common clam. You can use clams in soups. You can use these steamed. You can eat these steamed. You can eat these raw. You can eat these grilled, especially the razor clam. Okay, right here we have the berberecho, which is called the cockle. It's very, very common in Wales and in England. We have a mussel. We have some rock mussels. And the bigaro, which I like to have for the aperitivo, is called the periwinkle. Boiled, and you can have it in a cone, a cucurucho, typical in País Vasco. The sepia we call the cuttlefish. You can grill it, and you can use it in stews. We also have the common squid. And the smaller squid, the chiperon. These are great grilled. These are great fried. And I absolutely love these stuffed with their own tentacles. And of course, its ink sauce is delicious. Great to dunk your bread in. Now let's look at shrimps and prawns. Up the top, a small shrimp can also be called the popcorn shrimp in the United States. In the States, we bread these and fry them. Okay. The gambon, the jumbo shrimp. Common shrimp. Here up top, we have the tiger prawn. Great grilled with garlic in stews. Now the carabinero, it's a large red prawn. Well, we can make that with rice or grilled. The cigala, the Dublin Bay prawn. I know, but that's what it's called. Huh? Doesn't look Irish to me. You can grill it. You can put it in soups, like I've said before. Beautiful, very versatile. The percebe, in English, in American English, is called the goose neck barnacle. Now, it's called a gooseneck because of the long neck of the percebe, of the barnacle. One of my favorite dishes is a tambourina. Okay, then the tambourina is called a bay scallop. Now, we don't have an example of vieira, which is a sea scallop. It's larger. The difference between the two is that the bay scallop is sweeter than the sea scallop. Okay, there's no fresh octopus, but we do have cooked octopus. Americans freak out. They don't like they eat with their eyes, and they don't like the look of the octopus. It's kind of freaky. Okay, here, this beautiful specimen of merluza, or hake, part of the cod family. Now, this was merluza pincho. This was caught on the line, not net. Very important. It does affect the flavor of the fish. If it's caught by line and hook, there's less trauma than with the net. Here we have a rockfish, cabracho, rockfish. This fish, my God, looks like my ex-wife. Cabracho, the rockfish, is a very tasty fish. It can be also called snapper in the United States. A nice fish for Christmas, or a nice fish for romantic dinner, and it'll show your loved one that you know how to cook. Gilt head brim, dorada, with salt, packed in rock salt. baked in the oven, filleted. Here we have a flatfish flounder or sole, Dover sole or flounder in the United States. Now, a cousin to the dorada or to the gilt-head brim is the red sea brim, the besugo. You know, sometimes we have a sea brim conversation. Ha ha ha. And again, one of my favorite fishes, wild sea bass. In the oven, baked, sprig of thyme, some lemon, packed in sea salt. Lovely. One of the most expensive flat fishes out in the market is the wild turbo, or turbot, the rodaballo. These, lovely to fillet. Now we have something typical in Andalusia, fried, with a picadito, with a fried fish. The pijota. In English we call this the big pijo. I'm joking, it's not. It's just a baby or small merluza. Let's turn to some bluefish. Red tuna. This comes from the tail. I don't know if it's a sushi grade tuna. Probably not, but it's great in steaks. Emperador, swordfish, has the texture of just like you're eating meat. This is the gallo. In English, megrin or megrin. Again, it's a flat fish, perfect for filleting. Something that's a wee bit out of my budget, although I love to eat them, are cocochas. Now, cococha comes from the bottom of the fish's mouth, and we call them in English hake cheeks. Again, hake being merluza and cocochas being the cheeks. Now, if I do want to cook fish, my go-to fish is the red mullet, the little salmon. Nah, salmonete. So if I cook fish, that's my go-to fish. And it's within my budget. And the sardine fillet, we've already done the work for you, okay? I'm not a big fan of sardines. For me, it's too pungent, you can always tell when your neighbor is cooking sardines. I do like them on the stick, whether they're cooked in Malaga. Rape, ugly. Monkfish or anglerfish. Ugly little devil. It's a tasty fish. People love it. You can cook it in many ways. You can cook it almost like a lobster. But unfortunately, it's being overfished and it really isn't sustainable. Another fish we don't see here today is the cod. And the cod is in danger of being extinct within 10 to 20 years. The next time you buy fish, be aware of the fish that are being overfished and look for sustainable fish.